Let's start with the C-stand or the century stand. This is a full-size C-stand. There is also a shorter one called the Coleman, and then you can get a variety of arm lengths to put on these C-stands. You have here the arm, the gobo head, and then the stand itself. When setting up a C-stand, you will always follow the right hand rule. That means that you're going to keep the knuckles of the gobo head and arm on the right side. So that way when you put an object, whether it be a flag or a light, that it will tighten upon itself. So, when you arm it out, the weight is here, it presses down and is constantly keeping itself tight. The incorrect way to do this would be going to this side. Almost no matter how tight you get this, if you put any weight on this, it will start to just fall right off. Another rule to always follow with the C-stand is make sure that your weight is placed over the high leg. Then, once you have your fixture set, always grab a sandbag and put this also over the high leg. Depending upon weight, can vary how much sand you need to put on that C-stand. When opening a C-stand of this particular model, you will loosen right down here. And there's two ways. You can either do it by hand or simply twist. Tighten the knuckle back, and you're good to go. Same action can take place when closing it. Loosen it back up. Pop up the top one just a little bit. Pop up the second one, and they'll fall right into place for you. This is a method that is used to keep clutter down to a minimum on sets, and to also make it very easy for you to grab after C-stands. All it is just put the highest leg over the medium leg, and you'll just start stacking C-stand after C-stand. This is a 2x3 solid, also called a 24x36, and then the solid itself can be called a cutter or a flag. The flag will not allow light to bounce off of it, and it also gives you a hard cut in the light itself. This is a silk. This will diffuse the light and give you softer shadows. These are your nets. This one is the double, always color-coded red, and it will cut the light by one full stop. This is your single, always color-coded green, and it will cut the light by 1/2 stop. This is your 18x24 solid, 18x24 silk, your nets, both your double in red and your single in green. When transporting these, use what is called a sandwich, taking both solids and placing them on the outside of the singles, doubles, and silks. When staging equipment, never do this. Taking a net that's already leaning against an object and placing a smaller one up against it. As you can see, the pin is pushing into the net, potentially ripping it, causing damage to your equipment. This is a cuckolores, also known as a cookie, and a cello. The cuckolore will allow the light to be a little bit harder coming through, giving you harder edges with the light cutting. This gives you softer breaks in the light. This is a 4x floppy. The 4x cuts the light for you, and it also flops open and can become a 4x8. Here is your 4x silk, and also like its smaller brothers, you have a single and a double net in 4xs. You also have empty frames. This particular one is fitted with 216 diffusion. You can put other diffusions into this. It is important anytime when framing these that you label what you're putting on the empty frame. Or you can put gel. And here we have an unbleached Muzz frame. Muds can be used both as a bounce, or you can shoot the light directly through it for diffusion. This is a C-clamp. This particular one is studded with 2 baby pins. C-clamps are great if you have rafters or wood that you can clamp to on a set, allowing you to have the free space to move around and not worry about stands being in the way. This is a made-for